Sonny Donnelly, IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm at the O2 today, as everyone can see, for the Hay vs Bellew final press conferences. With me, I've got new Matchroom signing on former British Olympian boxer Joe Cordina. That was a good intro. Got a lot going for you. What's happening, Joe?
Yeah, it was good. It was my first time, obviously, doing a presser, so it was all new to me. But yeah, I enjoyed it. And obviously, with having JD back in me, it's unbelievable at this stage of my career. So yeah, it was good.
Obviously, boxers struggle for sponsors coming up in their career, but straight off the bat, without even having a pro fight, you've got one of, or if not the biggest sports retail shop in the UK behind you. What does that do for your career?
Well, obviously, me being part of the GB squad, it's all steady money and everything's sort of given. So when you come over to the pros, everything's sort of down to yourself, and obviously a lot of your money comes from sponsors. But luckily enough, went over to the pro game and landed straight on my feet, so which is a good thing for me. And I got a lot of sponsors on board so far, and hopefully in the future they can only get bigger and bigger brands as well. Like you said, JD's probably the biggest, one of the biggest stores in the UK, like for clothing and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's great.
Free trainers coming your way then.
Oh yeah. I can't wait.
Talking to trainers, talk me through these bad boys.
Well, Christian Louboutins, if you know, you know. You know what I mean? But nah, it's
GB have been paying you well, haven't they?
Yeah, no, I've saved a lot of money for them. Yeah, and took a lot of punches to the head as well. Yeah, but yeah, they're nice. I do like to spend a little bit of money on myself, as well as obviously my family. So I like looking after them all.
Obviously, talking to family, I know you're a family man. I've seen on your Snapchat and your Instagram. They obviously mean a lot to you. Your daughter, is it?
Yeah.
Training down here, away from everyone. Obviously, you're from Wales. Ricky's from Scotland, and I know he obviously had the same thing coming down here to train full time. What's it like being away from them?
It's not too bad. Don't get me wrong, I don't like it because I miss my daughter and she's only young, and I want to watch her grow up. But there's sacrifices, and in boxing, you've got to sacrifice a lot, and that's probably one of the hardest things for me to do. But where I've been a part of the GB squad, I've done it for the last 7 years, and it's just the same, but just an extra day. I'm staying in Monday to Friday, coming up on back on a Monday, do my session, and training with Ricky. He does the same thing. So yeah, it's not too bad. And when you got someone like Ricky as well, doing the same thing, you think, and he's a 3-weight world champion, you think, yeah, it's all worth it, because hopefully you want to be where he is in the future. So.
Obviously, training down the Matchroom gym with Tony Sims. What's that been like?
Oh, it's amazing. Obviously, I used to be with Tony Borg, who's here today. I spoke to him. It's like, for me, I never fell out with Tony or anything like that. So it was just solely for my career, and I wanted to have a change. I wanted to learn something new. So one of the best trainers I think out there is Tony Sims, and that's where I wanted to go. As soon as I had a sort of inkling that I was going to turn pro, straight away I wanted to be with Tony and a part of that gym. I know they got a wicked setup. It's not far from the Matchroom offices, so everything's closed in. It's nice, and it's all in Brentwood. So yeah, it's good to be a part of that gym.
Obviously, I've been down to the GB setup with Tony Sims when obviously you were sparring some of the boys that he had, and so you sort of knew how he worked anyway. So did that sort of make you want to do it as well?
Yeah. Me seeing him and chatting to him as well. And just how much of a nice guy he is, and how respected he is in boxing. It was a big decision for me, because I relocate for myself, and yeah, me seeing him in Sheffield did play a big part of me coming down to Brentwood. Yeah.
Another, obviously, said Tony Borg is here today with Lee Selby.
Yeah.
Lee Selby's fighting on the card, not for the biggest fight of his career, obviously, on Saturday, but big fights nonetheless. You can see what sort of platform Matchroom can give a Welshman, and the fights that obviously he will be offered. Apparently, it will be Frampton or Santa Cruz or someone like as big as that. Does that sort of reassure you that you've made the right decision?
Yeah, of course. Me being a part of Tony Borg's stable for quite a number of years, and then seeing how Gary Buckland, Lee Selby was training, and at that time they were both British and European champions, and obviously Lee's gone on to win a world title, and me being around him, sparring him and training alongside him, and he's from the same area I'm from, so knowing he can do it and the platform that Sky have given him, it can be done, and that's what I want to do. I want to be a world champion. I don't want to be just a one-weight world champion. I want to be 2-3-weight world champion, and just how Ricky Burns is, and me going from training from one world champion to another, it's amazing, and just seeing how they've done it, and like you said, for a Welshman, the platform Sky's given, and then you've got a Scotsman, same way. He's given him a massive platform, and you don't see many big fighters coming out from. You get the odd one like your Lee Selby's, your Joe Calzaghe's, your Nathan Cleverley's, and same with Scotland. You got your Ricky Burns, and obviously the up and coming fighters, Josh Taylor's. So yeah, it's good. It's good, and it's exciting times.
I'll have to ask you just the mandatory question of the big fight on the card, Hay versus Bellew. They look good. Obviously, there was a bit of question about if he's injured, if he's not, but yes, they look fine in the ring.
Yeah, same. I seen that, and he didn't look uneasy to me. His Achilles, his shoulder, or whatever people are saying, he looked fine to me, and he's firing off all cylinders. So yeah.
What are you expecting for the fight? Predictions?
Although I like Tony Bellew. I like David Hay. Sometimes they both come across bad, and they both come across well. So, but I think there's only one way, and I think David Hay knocks him out quite early, to be fair.
Oh, well, as you can see down there is where it will be.
That's where it's going to happen
on Saturday night. One day, you down there?
Of course, I want to be headlining down here. I don't want to be just on the undercard. Obviously, at the start of my career, that's gonna happen. I got to build my way up. But yeah, I want to fill up this. Hopefully, Gervonta Davis. Yeah, I'm coming for you.
That's a bit premature.
Yeah, of course. Nah. But obviously, I gotta do my bit, and obviously he's a world champion, so I got time.
That's exactly it. You've got time.
Yeah, in 3 years, I want to be fighting for a world title. So yeah.
All right, mate. Well, you're doing everything right so far, and obviously, like I said, you've got great backing now, and you're in a great place. So I'll let you crack on with that. But obviously, the other press conference is just starting, so we might need to shoot. But until next time, Joe Cordina, thank you for talking to IFL TV, and I'll catch up with you soon. Top man.